Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's City Skylines. Hope you're having a great day. And today, I'm redoing the rail line like I said I would do before, so that I can get a better intersection in here, so that we can have a little bit more flexibility with everything. And I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want this to be, but I think it's going to be way out here. I've extended the industry area to be out this way. I've gutted all these train tracks now. We've also got additional livestock farms right here, and we've got room for another one right here. I'll just move this back and then just have another one here, or maybe just kind of scoot it even closer. If I take a look at the fertile land that we have, it's way over here, and we're not in the way of it, so I can keep going on this direction too, and have all this be livestock farms if I want to, which is nice. Of course, I need to make sure that the rail is not going to get in the way. So what I thought I'd do here is make an intersection very similar to how I do things in Workers and Resources. Since it lets me do it, I'm going to do it because I think it's going to work really well. So how that works, if you haven't seen that series yet, is we're going to go in and have a double track, and it's probably going to be something like, I'm looking between these two tracks and where they are. I could bring this even more. I think I can. I should bring this a little bit closer to the rail yard over here. And so I think that's what we'll do anyway. We'll bring this back, and maybe even all the way back to like this. That's fine. This is all the pre-built tracks, so I'm not like taking away any of my own money or anything on this. And so we could have it go out kind of like this. It curves a little bit about that way. So it should be fine. And then we bring it all the way this direction. Do with a slight curve over here. Okay, and then from there, we want a road that comes in about like this. So it directly crosses like this. All right. And then we have this road here. Now, since I can do parallel tracks without having to really mess with anything in this game, it should be a lot faster to build here. And of course, we don't have to wait for it to actually bring the resources over here and have track builders do it. So that's also going to make things a lot faster. And we're going to have to say right about... Well, right there looks like it's the point. I'm trying to not to interfere with the farm though, so let's bring it just a little bit more like this, little wavier than what was expected, but I think that's still fine. All right, and then on this side, we're gonna have the double track come straight out this way, and then from that point we'll bring it down, and I think we'll curve out just a little bit here. That seems fine. Yep, and then from about this point, we'll start curving over. And then from this point here, we're going to curve from there into there. There we go. That seems good. All these tracks will meet up with it. Go ahead and merge over around the same spot, maybe like here. That should work. Yep, that's gonna be fine. Okay, over on this side, this train track needs to meet up over there. So it needs to come over from down. I think we're gonna bring it right down near where the buildings are. Need to give a lot of room for the crossing. And then we merge it right in like that. Looks pretty good. All right, and then just for the flexibility's sake, we do the thing we do in Workers, where we are going to come out, and then we're going to curve about like that. We're going to come out to about here, and then we're going to curve, meet up about like that, and like that. That's gonna have to work. Then from there, I wish I could do a shorter segment on the delete here. I want to delete like up to here, but it won't let me. So maybe I can do that if I do something like this. Excellent. Now we'll take the double track from this point, and we'll just go ahead and curve it from here, and it's going to go right along that road. It's not absurd anymore, and I think I can live with what it currently is. And then we'll take this and go out and then over. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, like this. Across the track, a little bit at an angle there. And then we'll bring it in. Okay, so that gives us a nice intersection we can go work with here. And then I suppose we could connect it on this side too. I don't think it's relevant or needed, but it's not that much money. It's 460 bucks. We could just do that just for the sake of doing so. Does it look ugly? It sure does. let's change that just a little bit. So that's my basic intersection that I was doing with workers and resources, and it works okay. This one takes up a lot more space than my intersections in workers and resources does, but it's still working out pretty well. Okay. All right. I wanted to look at something real quick because I have a couple of people who are still insisting that the not enough workers thing is not a bug. So I want to, seriously, you can dive into the game and see in detail that it is a bug. I've already showed it and I won't show it again after this. So let's just pick a random business. 174 Victoria. Okay. First things first. Business is leveling up and they're happy. Okay. But they're leveling up and that's important. It means profits are being invested into the business. I can look at this one too. Same thing. It is in the process of leveling up. Profits are going into the business. It is leveling up. All right. This one here, complaining about not enough customers, right? It's almost level 4. It's operating at 113% efficiency. It's fully staffed, which every business is fully staffed because I have enough jobs for everyone. Okay. And on top of this, there is an overlay that will dramatically, specifically show you profitability. So if I hit this little info views and I go down to company profitability, it's like, I mean, it's not the greenest it could be, but it's freaking green. Okay. This business who says they don't have enough customers is at the higher end of the profitability spectrum, which is like over here. Okay. And what they're doing is they're taking their excess wealth and they're investing it into their business to grow their business. And we don't really have a whole lot of businesses here that are not green. And yet, despite being green, they're still complaining there's not enough customers. There is no reality in which a business is this green on a profitability legend and doesn't have enough customers, right? That is a bug. You can see quite clearly, quite plainly, it is a bug. I mean, look at the color green here on the map legend, okay? I don't know what else to tell you. All right. So one of the things I wanted to look at though is like how our communications and stuff is going, and because we have towers here, but it isn't green in this area, and I feel like that just means I need more towers to handle the bandwidth. But I don't know have I don't have a bandwidth overlay as far as I can tell. I have to look through. And I have post and stuff just so I can see post service availability, right? And that's going okay. Mail accumulation is not that high. I mean, I guess it's high in the post office, go figure. But perhaps that's a sign that you need more. I don't know. There is space for more vans, and then there's extended storage space to store more mail, and we could still continue to do that, but we have to have the building available on the back end of it. So if I want to store more mail, I'd have to go something like this, which probably doesn't look very good if you get rid of this info view here. I guess it looks absolutely terrible, actually. It looks pretty bad. I wanna fix it. I don't want it to be like this. Can we maybe move this building to be, how about over here somewhere, and then they can get through differently. I mean, I might want to just move these houses anyway. I like this neighborhood. I like the way it looks. I don't want it to change, but at the same time, I also don't want this to look like it does. And once you place the building, I don't think you can really change it much. So, well, maybe you can. I have to raise the terrain. I can't raise the terrain on that tile. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this building. We're just gonna move it over here, and then we're gonna level this out a little bit better so that doesn't look so ridiculous. Okay, so we'll just go in and do something like this. I mean, it still looks ridiculous with this big cliff side here, but at least this building specifically won't look ridiculous, right? That's what I'm trying to prevent. So that looks a little bit better. And by a little bit better, I mean it looks a lot bit better. So now we can store even more mail here. But it might be time to even look at getting yet another post office, or just moving it somewhere else where there's more room, right? And that's why I was thinking, like, doing it right here near the highway is nice because the post office can get onto the highway and deliver wherever it needs to go. It can go back into here and deliver its mail, and get more vehicles, all that stuff, right? And so it takes up a pretty good sized footprint. But if I wanted to move it, and I think it's probably time to try and do so, I could move it over here near the highway like this and provide ample space to extend the buildings even further. So something like this would give me more room for stuff over here, and potentially more buildings. So if I wanted more post vans, well, it'd have to be on this side, wouldn't it? Which doesn't work for the road connection, does it? So this doesn't really have... I'm not sure how this works. Like, I really wish we could reposition these buildings after we place them. Repositioning these things would be great. Maybe we can get away with putting a little road like this. Okay, so you're wanting an entrance and an exit there, huh? All right, so it looks to me like we have to block this entire side here, and I won't be able to put buildings here. So here's what I'll do instead. Let's delete this, and we'll go in and we'll create a new post office with the idea that we're going to expand it in this spot. So let's have the road for the post office be on this side. That way I have all the room that I want on this side. And we'll go ahead and place it about right here, I think. All right, now this road is going to end up being kind of like this. Well, I admit it's quite close to this intersection, and I don't particularly like it being this close to the intersection. And I also admit that maybe having the post office vans go directly into a roundabout would be better too. So maybe a roundabout on both sides here would be better, and that way I don't have to worry about that. Temporarily, I'm going to move these power cables, and I'm going to move this. Then I'm going to add a roundabout right here. It's about the same size roundabout too, so we'll have it kind of be a little bit of symmetry on this, right? I think that's kind of fine. So right about here, which I think looks okay. I've seen better, but it's okay. And then we're gonna just kind of curve this around a little bit. So we'll say right about here, and then it brings it in about there. That's fine with me. And then at the end here, this side, we're gonna go ahead and split it. That way we can have them splitting themselves up to go two different directions on this exit, which I think is probably a good idea. And then on this side, we'll go ahead and have our road that takes them to the highway. Yeah, probably about just up that way. That should be okay. So everything is hooked up again. Now I need to get this road. Now this road can now go into the roundabout, which I think is going to be much more favorable for us than the other way I was doing it. So this road can then come out kind of like this and stick into the roundabout like that. Okay, good. Now from here, I need to get my high voltage power lines again. And from there, we're gonna just bring it over and connect it up again one more time. So connect that to that one more time. And now all the power is routed again. I can turn it on. Okay. So on this side, we're gonna get some more post vans. I need a lot of vans. I'm pretty confident we're gonna need a lot of vans. So I'm gonna say a post van goes here and also on this side here. All right, that seems pretty good. And then this road can go a little bit further just because. On the back side, we'll have storage for more mail because it clearly wants me to do something like this, which is, I mean, it just looks like that is the natural order of things here. I do wish that I put this a little bit further over, but fine, I guess. It's not how I wanted it. It'll be how it is though. There. Okay. An upgrade that I wish you could do with buildings is have it be in a radius. so that I could put these across the street. I think that would be a really welcome change, but it's fine. So we have more post fans now, and we also have a whole lot more mail storage. So hopefully this will translate to having a lot more mail around the city. All right, so some people are waiting for ambulances. There's a traffic accident over here. This dude just, drunk driving happened. So this guy can just drive away after his accident? Come on now, you didn't even take his information, officer. You should have got out of the car. It's fine, I know. All right, we got a lot of people complaining about high rent and everything. Part of this has to do with the fact that we have such a huge housing demand right now. But the other part of this has to do with the fact that properties and stuff have improved since people moved in. And they have not gotten a higher education level. And in this game, apparently, education level is what is responsible for income, which I guess if you think about it a little bit, it makes sense. But I really do wish that I was able to take taxation and go by density or by income level. But in this game, they're treating education as the income level. So they're just straight up saying more educated equals higher wage. And I mean, yes and no. I'll go with it because that's the game. But I really wish they would have just simply made it as like poor, lower middle class, higher middle class, upper class, etc. Like I wish they would have just done that and gave me ranges on that. That would have been fine. But it's fine, whatever. We'll go with it. So education level is where it is. So we have college, and college education is maxed out. We have everybody we can possibly fit in this college, right? And if I was going to try to upgrade this with an extension wing for more learners, I can do that, and I can then open it up to even more students. But this college is getting really big, okay? And so we have a 1% dropout rate, which is fantastic. And we also need to probably go in and there's efficiency up here. Now, service budget is -10. So we have a pretty decent monthly balance at the moment. So I'm going to go into education, and I'm just going to up this a little bit. Let's say 96%. All right. As long as I'm still profiting something, I'll be all right. Now, we're going to probably start having to buy electricity pretty soon. And so we're going to need to extend our wind power a little bit. I think I can do that over here. One of the things I can do also is this upgrade the existing ones I already have. So I can put hot solar on these, for example. We can also have batteries stored as well, which aren't necessary. I just don't think it's going to be necessary because these things are consistent. If they weren't consistent, which is the way they are in real life, they're not consistent. But if they made these things inconsistent, then I think batteries would be great to do. But since they're not doing that, I just don't see a reason to do batteries. Let's move this a little bit so it's a little bit further away, and that way hopefully I can upgrade it. Go about like this with it instead. And then this power pole looks like it's... Oh, are you connected? It looks like you are. Overlapping items. All right, what is the deal here? Let's redo this. I'm not sure where the overlap is on this, but you should let me do this. All right, that's connected to this one over here. We can go that way with it and connect up there, but I also think connecting over here is a good idea. So let's bring this up, and then we're going to bring this over, and then we're going to bring this up as well, connect it there, and then we'll just hook you two up together. All right, now I have these upgraded. And then this one here looks like we can get solar on that one too. So we're just expanding our power output a little bit on these. But again, I don't think batteries are necessary since these are consistent power all the time, no matter what. Because once you place them, it tells you flat out, this is how much power this is going to generate, right? It says, so 4.81 out of 5. I think this side has enough of them. I'm going to go over here and look at this side. And I think we could probably do another one on the other side of the tracks. Or maybe another one right here. That would work. 5 megawatts, right? That's what we're looking for. So we just pop this one right here. And then we'll go ahead and upgrade you as well because we can. And then I also want to grab the power cable and we just kind of hook it up to anywhere we want, really. So like that would be fine, and then into the road on that side, like this. Want a second connection, please. Come on. Why? Overlapping items. I don't. Just let me have it. Okay. It's fine. It's hooked up now. Right? Can I see the power flow? I'm not seeing power flow. I'm not seeing power flow on this. That is odd. Okay, let's delete it. See if we can figure out why there's no power flow on that. I mean, I could just hook it up to here, but I'm trying to like create. No, you're just not. There you go. Now you're gonna work. Weird. Yep, now we have power flow. Odd, but anyway, there's our additional power. So let's take a look at my services again, and so open to see electricity exports go up to be a lot more green here, maybe in the 10K range. Would be nice to see in the service trade, but maybe not. We are growing, so actively growing. We have to keep expanding our power reach too. But if I think I could probably tax businesses a little bit more because there's high demand. I think I can tax industry a little bit more too, maybe 14%. So we'll raise taxes there. And then we need a lot more housing, right? Just need a ton more housing. So I want to have another neighborhood for housing over on this side is what I'm kind of hoping to do. So I wanted to tear all this out and put like another little neighborhood over here because we have pretty much centrally located police and fire. And I think that's an okay thing to put over here. So if I got rid of some of this industry, I would have to expand that industry or expand industry over here to compensate for it a little bit, I think. So you can see garbage collection looking pretty good. Processing speed is almost maxed out with not much on the stored garbage side. Our recycling center is looking pretty good. Its processing speed isn't great, but we're going to ramp it up. And then I can also go in and say, hey, how about a waste collection or hazardous waste collection point back here? Right. And if we do that, I just have to make sure that I am spacing this out correctly. Man, would I love to place this. Yeah, right here. I would love to place that right here. We're going to place that there. And that means I have enough room for this now. So I can place this over on this side, like here. Excellent. And it looks like I can actually do another collection point if I want to. Yeah, I can do like 3 of these things in the back if I need to. But that'll help efficiency a little bit there. So, okay. So we'll let them keep going. And I need more industry. So on this side of the tracks, we're going to place another set of roads. And these are going to be dead ends. We're not going to, keep this going across the tracks or anything. Just some simple dead end roads here that will allow me to build additional businesses in this area, or to allow additional businesses to grow in this area. There we go. And then one more out like this. Again, just dead ends near the tracks, no big deal. And then let's have industry. You're allowed to build here. You're allowed to build here, 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 and here. And I'll even let little ones build here now. It's fine. I'll just say whatever, you can do it, because I have enough. I got enough road capacity to just make that happen. So that takes care of my industry demand. Nobody cares now. So we need offices, and right now all it is the low density. I really want to get high density offices. At the moment, it's just the low, and we were going to place those over here before, and I think I will go ahead and place them over here again. We're going to let offices grow right over here. Happiness is going up, and that'll take care of our office demand. Now it's time for housing demand, and for that we've been slowly ramping up on like the bigger buildings and stuff. So we're gonna let bigger buildings exist here, but I want you to spawn larger facilities. I want you to spawn larger buildings, please. So that's a big building. Both of those are big, but I'm not seeing anything spawn on the other side now. Maybe it's because is it something I said? I mean, I did tell you no after telling you yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how about that? and then we can get one over here. For medium density, I think I've pretty much decided now that this track is not going to continue through. So we could have, you know, like a medium density building popped in over here. And maybe even with the mixed housing so that there's a business here too. That would be okay with me as well. So let's kind of do that. And we'll let some businesses form there, a lot additional housing and stuff form there right by the tracks. All right, so that's where passengers and stuff can come in and just be right in the thick of it. I like it. Now, this area here, we have some upgrades we could do. These are station services, and it'll give us services will pay rent to hopefully offset the maintenance costs. So we're going to add some station services to this train station, and that is going to make everybody happy. Now, there's another one here. It's a taxi stop. The built-in stop allows taxis to pick up and drop off customers directly at the station. Loving that. Pop that in too. And then finally, there's just the extra platform, so increased capacity for more trains. And if I did that, then you could see I can have extra platforms on all these tracks. And we would be able to have the tracks extend this way, which is what we're eventually going to do anyway. We're not going to bother with the extended platform just yet because I don't really have a need for all those many trains yet. But I could add additional trains on this line if I see that we have like a lot of passengers waiting. So if I click a train, 175 out of 840, this one here has just 8 out of 840. So we want to have people waiting. I mean, it sounds weird, but we want to have people waiting so that they go into the train and actually end up filling trains. That's what I want to do. I want to fill these trains. So like this train here, they're both pulling in at the same time. And this one is leaving with 15 people. That's it. 15 people. So, I mean, maybe they're all going the other direction. This one's leaving with 30, which means there's now another 49 people waiting. So I'm not sure what they're waiting for. But what I'm thinking of doing is we can get a train, an intercity train system. And so I was hoping to maybe get this area over here further developed. And then I don't have this land yet, but once I do, we're going to have the train be able to come out and then pop into here. And so then we'll have the ability for people to take this town from here and ride the train into the city here and then back out. And then I also want to do the same thing on this side since we're already connected to the train here. I wanted to get them to where they could ride the train potentially into this industrial area. And I was looking over like where I could do that at. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of space other than right here, which is kind of far away from all the businesses, to be honest. But kind of far away from the industry area. But I'm thinking like maybe this road, I know that'll just move this business out of here and that's fine, I guess. But this road could go all on the tracks on this side. And assuming we get this road right along the tracks, we could start connecting it to businesses or connected to the other roads, right? And then if we did this, the train station, we could get like taxi services and stuff that can bring people around. So I'm going to try that and see if that helps us at all. We could also do a bus stop here too, but I'm thinking right here could be a good spot to get passengers into here. All right. So doing that means this train station, this rail has to go. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, so sorry. This road's supposed to be on this side of the track, not that side of the track. We're just gonna have it cross later though. So this is supposed to be on the other side. So we'll just do this really quick. Actually, here would be fine because there's an intersection here and I don't want to mess with that anyway. So I think right here we're gonna have this road cross anyway. So it'll be out and go about like this. And I want it to be on this side. Apparently this is part of the building. I didn't know that. So we're gonna have to move this rail just a little bit. But I want to set up an intercity sort of rail network so that we can have people ride the train into work if they need to. So we'll start with a road since it's going to be picky with me in terms of how far over I can go. It's like a wall. I like it. Well, aside from the whole like can see through it thing, that's a little bit weird. Welcome to City Skylines. We'll just, yeah, do something like that, please. Maybe we'll go just a little bit further away from that. it should be fine. Pull this back a little bit, and then we'll just have the road go in like is right here. Okay, game, are you gonna be fine with this? Can we be happy with that? I think so. All right, and then we'll have you cross here. All right, at that point. Now the rail, let's bring that rail back and have you go like this. And then we'll have you be going through here. Like so. All right, now clearly these new businesses are getting displaced here, but that's okay. It looks like this is not gonna allow me to do it. And you know what? This is fine. We can take this idea, this road, and we can make it go above the tracks. So we'll just have the tracks be flat. Take the tool here really quick and just smooth this out. All right, good. And then we'll take the track tool and just connect it right here. All right, now this road is gonna go up and over because it can. So from here, we'll take it up about like that. And then from here, let's have it curve a little bit. So we'll have it curve just a little bit like that. Yes, like that. And then bring it down and move it into this intersection like so. I'm content with this. It doesn't look the greatest. This is pretty sharp, Pryor. It doesn't look the greatest, but I'm going to be content with it for now. And then if I really need to fix it, then I will. But this right here is what's going to give me what I'm looking for. So give me a passenger train station for boarding and disembarking. And we're going to have this be right along the side of the track here. So about like this. Oh, turn it over. Yep, like this. And it'll go, let's say, it just keeps flipping over. I know there's a snapping tool. I just need to get rid of it. There we go. All right, and then if I do something like this, right up against this rail. Yeah, I was worried about that. Okay. I should have just looked at it instead of just being worried about it and not doing anything about it. But hey, wouldn't be me if I changed the way I am, okay? Would you love me if I was anything other than what I am? Let's move this over here. There we go. And I think we probably should just increase the brush size here a little bit and just have this be flattened, right? Let's make this flatter. Keep this, you know, it's gonna be a little elevated, I guess, but we can flatten it. We'll get it all nice and smoothed out after this, and then now that it's flat with the rail up here, we can then put it in and have it look better. So about here, I think, is where I wanted to go with this. There, that looks a lot better. Okay, so we do have a little bit of smoothing to do over in this area and to bring it down, and so we're gonna have to look at doing that really quick. Just kind of flatten this out, and honestly I think the rail will take care of it once I lay it in. I think that'll probably do it for me. So right about from here, let's say we want you to go over and get connected with this rail line like that. It looks a little weird. It doesn't look great. It's definitely got some serious issues going on right here. That's no bueno there. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Maybe it would help us to have this be just a little bit further away. We could move it just a little bit further out, and it would give me a little bit more room to make the tracks. And then we want this to also connect over on this side like that. That should be a really easy connection to make. And then over here, maybe we'll start on this side instead and connect it like this. That looks a lot better. Yeah, we don't have nearly as many issues anymore, do we? That looks pretty good. All right. So from this side, we'll have a road come up and across this track. And it's gonna go all the way out like this. And then this one will go across here. So that's what I was hoping to do anyway. Here, we'll have to draw this right on top of it, I guess. Yep, like this, please. There we go. And then I guess we'll have to just pull that away. And then like that, yep. Okay, good. And then this side will also connect like this. Okay, we now have a passenger station. And this one here is going to have a built-in taxi stand as well. All right. We don't need any station services here, I don't think. I don't think we need extra platforms or anything like that either. But what I do want is buses to be here. And I think another bus depot would be good to really just start moving people around. That way they can take the train, then hop on a bus, and then go where they need to go. So we're going to grab a bus station, I think, over here. Not a station, but a bus depot. There we go. And I think the bus depot, we want to turn the snapping back on. The bus depot could be over on the edge here. You know what? Let's just put it over the train. Like this is where it's supposed to be, right? Is just over here near the train station. So just put it right here, off the train station. We do have this extra road that's not being connected now for buses leaving. So I probably should move it over here. And then we need to make this a little cleaner, I think, too, which I kind of don't like how it's built dented in here. Wish that was a little bit different. Can we, let's maybe make this a little more gradual. There we go. Just a little more gradual. The slope tool here. There we go. And then we'll just clean it up. Any little whoopsie whoops, we'll clean that up. I don't like this. Can we, from this point, build a ramp up to that point? Nice and smooth, please. There we go. It's a little bit better. It's not gonna be perfect, right? We're not gonna get perfection here, but I think that is reasonable compared to what we had before. Okay, so the bus station. Sorry, we don't need electric buses or anything here. It's fine. What we're gonna want to do though, with this bus depot, is we're gonna want to make a new route. So we're gonna have a bus stop shelter is gonna be right here on this side, and we're gonna have places over here where all the buses can drop people off. So we're gonna say you could have a drop off point here, 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 and then over here we'll go. Are you on that side of the road? Yeah. So we're gonna be going here, 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 around to here. And then over, right, we'll have them go, let's say, that's a bus stop there. So we'll say there's one there. We could put one, let's say, over here. And then one over like this. And then we bring it back. So it comes in about like that. And then we'll have another one on this side over here. And then I guess the final one, maybe we'll have it be over maybe like this, and then over like this, and then everything else just kind of whoops from there, or goes and curves in from there. So one stop will be there, and it will go out this way. We're gonna have it turn, go in there, 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 then it hits there. Then it hits there. And it comes around, hits there. 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 And then we want it to complete its route over here. But we don't want it to have to do this. So we're going to need another... We're going to change the road. And make sure that there's this road that goes straight from that side to this side like this. And that yes, it gets gooder buildings, but they can rebuild, and they will rebuild. They're brand new anyway, so we'll just have them rebuild over here. Say you guys have a new home on this side of the street over here. All right. So if I take a look at that bus route again, it now makes a lot more sense. And it'll just kind of bring people around in these different areas so that they can ride the bus to get where they want to go, and then from the bus stop they'll just walk, right? We probably don't need this many stops. We could probably get by with like removing this middle stop. Probably not necessary, but since it's already there, you know, I'll just keep it. The only way I could get rid of it, I guess, is to drag it somewhere else. So I suppose I could just drag this to be over here instead. Can I drag it to be over here? How do I do that? It says drag to move. That's what it says anyway. Relocate. Maybe I relocate you to be over here instead. Yeah, and then you'll just kind of go from here to there and then over to there. That's a little better. It makes a little more sense. Okay, so that's our bus route. And then that route, as you can see, is over here. I want to see if I can... So this bus line. Yeah, there's a ticket price and everything for it, but that's fine. We now have an inter-industry bus route where people can get where they need to go there. So the next thing to do is to create another train route. And we want to get a train route that's going to take people from passengers, right, from this spot. And we're going to say here, from this spot over here, tag up in this spot. Let's say, oh, you can't tag up there. We need to have, okay, I see. The rail is not connected to the proper side because of where because of where this is. We have to actually have this connected to a different track. So that's fine. We'll just get it connected to the right track. So from here, we'll go out and connect like this. There we go. And then from this side, we'll go out and connect like, oh, well, that road's going to have to move, isn't it? I think so. I think that road is just a little bit in the way. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of that bridge in the end. That's okay. That bridge is gonna go away. All right, and then from here we'll go out and over like so. And now that bridge needs to be remade to where it makes a little more sense. So we'll bring it up like it already is, and it will go. I want it to curve. I still want it to curve. I don't know, man. Maybe further back would be better. Maybe if it lifts up earlier, that might help. Bring it over from here, lift it up. And then it goes over like that. And then from here, I mean, it's not the worst bridge in the world. I'll be fine. I'll live with it. As long as it's not in the way, I'll live with it. All right. Now we can get that train route because we have an actual terminal for it to go to. So this will be on this terminal, and it will come all the way over, and it will get into here and tag up at that place, and then comes all the way back and completes its route on this side like so. All right, we now have another passenger train, and people can work if they want to work, if they want to live here and they want to work in those industries. They have a really easy way of just getting on the train station and getting over to here, and then they can take the bus from that point and go to mostly anywhere with a little bit of walking distance being required. They can walk pretty much anywhere they want in here, and I think that's great. We'll get a little more industry right here. That's no big deal. And then another one right here will be fine. There we go. And then another one right here would be okay. And then how about we do another one right here would be okay. Let's get, yeah, they can build in here. They're just choosing not to, which is a little weird, but all right. All right, good. So we've set up a good cargo route to move things around. That's the last thing we have to do, though, is to get cargo connected to these guys. And you can see that we're all a lot of people waiting for a hearse. There's so many people waiting for a hearse that I'm just going to add another crematorium. I can take a hint. And the hint says, hey, city mayor, dude. We got some dead people over here, okay? We want to take care of our loved ones, all right? After they've passed. And we just can't do that unless you give us another crematorium. I hear you. Loud and clear. I hear you. And we're going to put one right here for you. And then I want to put another one, I think, over here. Just, we can get a second one right next to the other one, which seems fine. Maybe even we should get the land lifted up a little bit here too. We could do that, make it look a little more, you know, planned, make it look like I actually wanted to do it in the first place. You know, that seems like it makes some sense to me. There we go. And then from there we'll just get a nice gradual slope down here. It's not really all that gradual, is it? But it's fine for now. This is what I call a fine for now slope. Trademark patent pending. Right there. All right. So that's okay. And we see some of this building is actually going underground, which is fine. All right. They have like a basement level or something. That's fine. Let's get our crematorium in right next to this one. It's not flat, is it? It's still going to be wavy, and I don't want it to be wavy. I need you to lift this up. Come on, make it nice and flat right here. Increase the brush strength just a little bit here. All right, I'm just going to call that good. We're done dinking with it right here. All right, and then now I can go ahead and smooth that out from this side. That's fine. All right, good. So we're going to have extra death services now, more hearses. Maybe this will help. This road does seem quite busy, doesn't it? I mean, this is a very high density street. They're not using this nearly as much because they live here, right? And one of the things we might be able to do here is we move this parking lot, and then there'll be less people trying to get to this point. We move this parking lot over somewhere else. If I can fit it over here, that might be better. I don't think I'll be able to. It looks like it's going to get in the way of that building. Oh, never mind. Right. Holy moly. Boy, isn't that cool. And it's not even all that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. That's good. All right, so now we should be redirecting more of the traffic now to get onto this little street to get into the parking lot. And then it's super packed, so I can just like charge $35 to park here. And I think that will take care of the overloaded traffic on these little roads. This road here, we can upgrade it. As long as it doesn't displace any buildings, we can upgrade this. So I want to have probably about like this. Let's turn on all the snapping stuff. Yeah, and now we're gonna get into the part where it starts displacing buildings. And those are tall ones. I really don't want to get rid of that, but at the same time, think long term. And also, this building can be rebuilt because there's enough room there to do that. So I'm gonna do it, even though I don't want to. But there's enough space there to rebuild that. So we're gonna go into high density, and we're just gonna do that and see if they want to rebuild it, and they do right away. Perfect. And then they'll also go in and do this one, and then we'll get another one that can go maybe right here as well. So extra buildings can be built, and they're going to rebuild that tall building instantly. But now we have more capacity on that road, which is going to be great because I need to have higher capacity, I think, on this road too. So let's get this upgraded all the way around. It's going to mess up that building, but it is what it is. And then they'll rebuild it right away. It's a little bit wavy here, isn't it? Kind of want to make this a little bit straighter on the approach, which probably wouldn't have disrupted that building in the first place if I had done it this way, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll just take this road from here and we'll bring it in a lot smoother than before. So higher capacity on this. That's going to hopefully change everything about traffic in this area. And then it's time that these roads go away. These houses, they need to go. There's just no reason for them to be here anymore. We're going to replace this with big old buildings instead. 6. Yep, there we go. Let's get... I want the bigger ones. Please. Bigger ones. No? Not going to give it to me? All right, fine. You can have the little one there. Fair enough. We can get like a little one here where that's got commercial too. A little section here that'll allow that to happen. There we go. And then on this side, we can put in another mixed building. I think right here would be all right. And then another mixed building probably right here would be all right too. Okay. Excellent. We still got some snow over there on that side. It is December. The snow is happening. It's moving in, isn't it? Look at how it gradually moves in here. That's cool. It's like the storm is here, right? And it's actually moving over the city. That's a really cool, like, detail thing. I like that. Although I will say it's a little odd that this all got snowy and there's like nothing here. And of course the roads don't need cleared. So we need like the road maintenance and stuff. Like the road stuff should happen with plows and stuff too. We should see plows be a part of that as well. I think anyway. How's my healthcare budget? Maybe I'm not providing enough budget for that. I don't have that big of a surplus, so I do have to be careful there. But I think we could probably up this budget a little bit, and that would dip into my profits entirely. We are currently buying 200,000 imported electricity, so that's no good. So I think it's probably time to start looking into bigger power plants potentially here. Because we're buying apparently 200,000 worth of electricity. That's insane. I don't know how that happened, but it did. We can go into the coal power plant if I could just get some more points. For now, I think we'll go into gas until we have enough points to unlock the coal. And then I want to go nuclear, of course, but nuclear is very expensive. But since we're already spending 200 grand on imported electricity, I just can't see a situation where we don't just put in, something here. So the gas power plant is going to cost 650,000, and that's enough. That's a money I don't have actually. Funny enough, so we might need to just go ahead and grab a loan really quick. And if we grab like say a $400,000 loan at a 3% interest rate, that's an achievement, I guess. We're going to go ahead and put in a gas power plant. And the gas power plant, of course, will pollute. We're going to get rid of this pretty quick, but we're just going to put it over here for now. And this should help us in distributing power a little bit better. So we're going to put this, I think, right. The road connection's on that side. So we'll go right about, let's say, here with it. Okay. And then the wind is moving that direction. So it's going to kind of be over the whole town. But it's really far away, and again, this is very temporary. We're gonna delete this pretty soon. So we're just gonna take a road, and we'll stretch that road along the edge of this, wherever the roads are supposed to be. Pretty please. There we go. And we'll just bring this road, this very temporary road, all the way over. Let's go like this. And then we'll also go and connect there. Okay. So this plant will start running and it will start sending the juice down the road here. But to really export more, we're going to hook up the high voltage line. And we're just going to hook it up to the grid like that. And I think that takes care of it, right? That hooks up to the grid. Should. Unless it didn't. I think it did, right? Let's just double check. I'll just hook it up to the pole. Maybe that'll do it. I don't know. So we should have a lot more power generation now coming out of this building. It says there's not enough water for it. We could use air pollution. That's a lot of upkeep. Additional turbine. That's a lot of upkeep. Advanced furnace, a lot of upkeep. We're just going to get rid of this thing soon anyway, so I'm not going to bother with those. But the sewer being backed up is a little bit weird. Services, health and water. Let's increase the budget to 90% and see if that helps. No, everybody's short on it. Wow, this is sucking down a lot of stuff. Okay, then we're just going to go to 100% of our budget and see if that helps at all. All right, nobody's complaining anymore. This is generating power, and just like that, well, we are now exporting 278,000 worth of electricity. So we went from importing 200 grand to exporting over 300 grand of electricity, which is pretty good, I guess. That's at least it's paying for itself. But we are going to get rid of that because the coal one is more efficient. And if we can get to nuclear, that would be even better. Now we're exporting almost 500,000 here, and our budget's positive again. With, I think we just ramp up the budget here, right? Just go 100% and see what happens. Healthcare, bring that up a little bit. Let's get these guys their hearses and stuff that they keep demanding. Right? Waiting for hearses, waiting for hospitals, things like that. All right, look at all these buildings. Big, tall buildings are on the water edge. That's what I want. Yeah, so I do want a key. I know you guys have mentioned I pronounced it wrong. Sorry. I don't exactly spend a whole lot of time, you know, pronouncing things like that. It's fine. I don't live anywhere near one of those things. I've never lived anywhere near one of those things. I'm sorry. A key. We're going to have a key around here, but I have no idea how to create that. And it's something that you have to do with the road tools and everything. So I can probably try it out, but I'm not going to get my hopes up all that much. Especially since it's really just about creating it with a road. You have to create it with a road. So it's probably something like, again, I've tried this already once on another video, but it's worth maybe trying again, I guess. If we hypothetically were to want that to happen over here, right, we would go something like this, as far as I'm aware. And then we'd have to delete the terrain here. We have to kind of delete this all the way up to the road, which it still doesn't look like an actual concrete barricade, but it looks straight at least. But anyway, I don't know. Again, it's not really a huge concern for me. I know it would look better. I know it would look better, but I don't have the time in my personal life right now to try to figure out how to do it. So I'm sorry, I just don't. If somebody on Discord wants to link me a video, show me how to make it, I'm open to looking at it. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at traffic, and that's where I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope everything's green. Yay! Oh, this is the wrong one. This is road conditions. Sorry, traffic. Yeah, that's good. I was like, wait a minute, how is everything green? All right, so traffic is pretty heavy here, right? As long as it keeps moving, it's fine. But, you know, we knew traffic was going to be heavy in these roads. That's why they were already fully maxed out, upgraded before we went into this. But it's about kind of seeing where people are spawning in. And you can see a lot of passengers spawn right here where the train station is. That's why it's on the corner of a really, you know, popular road. There might be a case to be made about making a roundabout here. Maybe it's possible right before this, but I feel like the grid is okay here. The grid is working. Everything's fine. These are, oh, all right. I'm hearing, yeah. Well, it's traffic accidents and stuff happening too, so those need to get cleared up, and we have enough police force to handle that. Funding for a police force. Let's see where we at on that. Fire and rescue, good. Police. Let's fund the police. All right. Let's properly fund the police so they can do their job, and then we will make the people pay for it because they, you know, they're gonna want to be safe, right? You're gonna want to be safe. So there you go. You got to pay for it. Pay for your safety. And then let's take a look over here. We'll make some additional offices along that side, and let's put some offices. You know, I could put like a couple offices maybe right here. It wouldn't be such a bad deal. Be all right with that. We just want to keep out of the way here. As long as we're doing that, I'm all right with it. We got the Principes. Companies working in this modern office building not only make sure that justice is served, but their efficiency actually helps to reduce the crime rate in the neighborhood. I love that idea. We're going to put that in here. So we have a couple of extra buildings I haven't used yet. This one is the Balter Pines, and it is a residential building that diversifies and enhances its surroundings. So +3 well-being within 750 meters. And we're going to place that, I think, right over here in this little gap. Well, I thought there was a gap here. Apparently, there's not a gap here. There's a gap here and a gap over here. I could do that. It's a residential building, though, so I'm kind of like about right here. Maybe off of this street, though. You know, it kind of fits in right here, doesn't it? This little spot right here. I like it. Put it right there. So it increases the well-being of everybody around it. Yeah. It's like a little house. It's got like a little... I don't know if this is really a good fit for that building. That building doesn't look like it actually goes here, guys. I'm thinking that's got to move. You know, it would be better. I think better to put it along the water. Maybe a gap. How about right here over here? Next to where the painter lives? How about over here? It certainly fits here with like the back patio and stuff, right? Let's move this to be just a little smoother here, huh? Hey there. Can we have you? No? No, not gonna do it. Let's raise that up a little bit. All right, come on now. It's gotta fit. It looks a lot better here with the little back patio area, and then you can see out on the river and everything. Better there than in the middle of all these giant tall buildings, you know? I think that's probably fine. We definitely have some weak coverage here because there's a lot of people using it. So another tower here would be a good idea. And I'm thinking maybe I could just slap it against this road. I know it's not high up, right? But it's not like I can place these on top of the buildings. As much as I want to. It's not like it'll let me do that. I can maybe put it back behind this one. I could put it between these two, I guess. All right, tell you what. How about right here? There. A little more bandwidth for everybody. And then we'll maybe do a bandwidth upgrade on this one. And a bandwidth upgrade on this one. Because there's extra people in here, right? And then this is an increases network coverage area of the mast. Oh, that's pretty good too, I guess. We'll go ahead and have that happen as well. And then this one too. And then there should be another one somewhere else over here. I thought there was another one. And I see, yeah, it's way over there, there. It's this one. I think I want this one to have its bandwidth increased and the coverage area increased. And then this one here can have the same thing. And that way everybody's happy and everyone has really good internet coverage, okay? What do you think I am, Comcast? I'm going to spend my profits on improving my people's well-being. And wouldn't you know it, we're at 290,000 surplus. We're now selling nearly 1 million. Oh, look at this. Whoa. That's service fees. Yeah. Service fees is looking pretty dang good. It's the service trade I wanted to look at. So we're exporting electricity, over 500,000 in electricity. Very good. And we'll be doing it even more efficient once we can get rid of the gas power plant and upgrade it to something else. But we're not going to upgrade it to something else until we get more tiles. And then I can probably put that coal power plant or something over here so it's far away from the people. But otherwise, you know, we still have wind power. We're still mostly green in our power right now, and we'll get to nuclear pretty quickly. And that's that's pretty green. So nuclear is pretty nice. So, all right. I think this has been a wonderful day so far. I appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out with me with City Skylines. It's been fun. We're gonna let this run a little bit longer, and you can see my demand is just through the roof here. This is what people want, right? But it's not what they need. It's what they want. Okay, they're like, hey, I want this, but that doesn't matter. Okay. Availability of jobs, cool. Availability of jobs, cool. Availability of jobs, cool. Right. There's jobs in the city available. Good. And then if I look over here, it's like, hey, cool. There's labor availability. Oh, cool. There's people available to work. Great. There's high skill labor available. Cool. Right. These are things that influence demand, but we can still, we can kind of build whatever we want right here. And so I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this area out a little bit more. We're going to get this area over here moving, and then we'll get it hooked up to the highway. I think probably this interchange is going to need to be redone into a different interchange, maybe a cloverleaf. And that will allow us to have this major area here, have direct access to the highway there, and then they can all kind of move to whatever side they want. So we'll probably redo this as a cloverleaf in the next video. Okay. So we're gonna focus. Next video is gonna focus a lot on developing over here and changing the highway, and then just really filling in little gaps in what their needs are and everything. And we're also probably gonna move that crematorium because I just realized I put it right in the way of that rail. So I'm gonna have to move this somewhere else anyway. Just move it over here or something, you know. Whatever, it's fine. Just move it somewhere else. This is on a highway, looks like. So that's not going to be good. We'll have to do it like that. Okay. Everyone can be happy now. Take it easy, guys. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.